Because so did you want to focus on that? Or do you want to well, I guess we can see how the time goes, to see
Focus
if you want
on
to
what is it? Recording on. Hold on, give me a second. What? Oh God, no. Hey guys, I know you guys see me. Welcome to the Delphi Priestess. Thank you for waiting.
well,
I
I
did
have
notice that
2,
one
3,
person was
4, 5,
waiting.
6,
Appreciate
7,
that.
8.
What happened?
I'm talking about the ghosts behind me. There's 8.
8. Whoa. Oh, you can see them now completely?
When they show themselves,
I'm only picking up 7, so there's probably one I can't see. Okay. I'm trying to see if you guys can see me. This won't minimize on top of that. So I'm only picking up 7, so there's probably one I can't see. Oh, so you can hear me. Okay. I'm trying to see if you guys can see me. Hey. This won't minimize on top of that. So I'm only picking up 7, so there's probably one I can't see. Oh, so you can hear me. Okay. Is that me or you?
that's you, cuz
I'm trying to see if you guys can see me. Hey. This won't minimize on top of that. So I'm only picking up 7, so there's probably one I can't see. Oh, so you can hear me. I said, please.
that's you, cuz
I'm trying to see if you guys can see me. This won't minimize on top of that. So I'm only picking up 7, so there's probably one I can't see. Oh, so you can hear me. I said, please.
that's you, cuz
I'm trying to see if you guys can see me. Minimize on top of that. I'm only picking up 7, so there's probably one I can't see. The thing is, please,
you, cuz oh, I can't hear you.
all right, guys. I had to mute myself because, yeah, that was. Welcome to the Delphi Priestess. I had set up a schedule so that those who do look forward to my lives can come ahead and see it in the moment. But that's okay. It's up. You guys that do like seeing this will come through later. So thank you to the new subscribers. I did see that. Thank you guys a lot. Appreciate that very much. This is the segment that's been going on for a while now. This would be episode,
10.
I think it's 9.
No, there's one that's counted twice. When I was looking at the videos, I caught that.
Yeah, I have to go through my videos and find out just to make sure. Because I thought one was 8 and it was more. So I know we have more. So I have to double check. But welcome anyway. Thank you all for being here. And as you guys seen, we are talking about it's also known as in between lives. For those that do like past life regressions, you'll have clients that will go into the same timeline and have moments where they're reliving or setting forth a new paradigm within the same timeline. Or as they exist in a timeline, they have a new lifetime, a new lifetime, have nothing to do with the timeline, and they're living that lifetime. But everything is for a cause, a reason. So we're going to get into that. So give me 1 second. Okay, guys. I'm ready for downloads, transmissions, updates. And I also will be looking for anyone that says hi, because sometimes people say hi and I'm like at the middle or at the end of this call. I'm ready for downloads, transmission. And you guys are saying stuff and I don't see it. So I'm just going to say hi to everyone. How are you? Okay. And so be careful what you guys say and do. I just leave it live. I have a live replay so people will come back on even when I'm gone. We'll see what you were saying, what was said, and even on the chat. So I didn't know that you had to activate that. So I activated the past 2 times we had a live. So you guys can hear me, so that's good. So what I've been learning is, first and foremost, that there is no time. Most people don't understand that. I'm learning that. I always knew there was no time, but like, what is it? Because spirituality can be very abstract, very intangible, and the concept of the mind. So, in contrary, when you're talking about spirituality, you are not using the mind to understand spirituality. You're using your soul and your intuition to understand spirituality, to understand especially my words, because my downloads come in real heavy, because the revolution for humanity isn't necessarily textbook, or like, the saying, the revolution will not be televised. So it may not even be on YouTube. Your awakening is happening all the time. Not everyone's awakening looks the same. It's very individual. It's based on your own contract when you came in, when you said you're going to have this experience. That's why I always say everyone's life, no matter how detrimental, no matter how, excuse the French, fuckery your life may seem, you've contract to a great majority of it, no matter what it is. And it's deep and it's very controversial to get into that. So my next few words, please listen to it with not your heart, because people don't understand heart. Listen to it with your intuition, with your soul. That's how you can awaken too. You got to take the time and allow your soul, your consciousness to come forward. That, like, mind magic. When I had a moment of mind magic, like explaining to you your body is a tool. Your mind are just tools. Your thoughts are the program to the tool that allows you to exist here. So everything is the illusion. So you have to understand yourself greater than what we've been programming our body, our DNA, this tool to exist here to understand. So what I understand is one moment can be eons. This one moment, because there's no such thing as time. The now, there's only now. So one now can be 2 million years just passed. Because I'm always like, what's the significance of meditating? It's so annoying. Because when you close your eyes, you're already consciousness. always been consciousness, always divine, always pure. You're not just the body. You're lastly, are you the body? So when you close your eyes, you're a moment. This every moment to moment to moment, what we're calling moment. It's a spatial time. It gets really deep. Spatial, they're trying to give it to me, but I'm not like a science. I'm coming through more on an intuitive basis. So when you close your eyes, know that that moment could be 1 year, 1 second, 3 years, a millennia. You can be in a house for millennia, for eons. And to you, oh, it's just Tuesday. That if you're not careful, because they're saying that's like people who are sometime, not all the time, that are in what do you call that? Damn it. Purgatory. They're reliving forever though. Purgatory is forever, where you have to make up certain life contracts. So you're constantly going back to that moment, reliving it. But there's an essence of you that has another lifetime parallel to the lifetime, because what the essence, the consciousness does is continue to exist, period. So they're saying even when you sell your soul, which you shouldn't, there's still the consciousness that exists. So the ego is still alive in existence, and it has to continue to do its awakening through a purgatory, which is very hard. Usually those who are in purgatory needs a certain level of saving. They're saying if the higher self sees fit, depends what was the original cause of the incarnation. So it gets really deep. So now let's get into what is past lives, because there's no past now. There's no past, there's no future, there's no time, remember? Not really. There's always just the now. Go
One
ahead.
thing I wanted to add in, when you were saying like it could be like Tuesday and then oh, you're living in the house and it's like eons. It reminded me of those NDE experiences. I don't know about you, but there was one point where I was like constantly watched him on YouTube, the near death experiences, for those who aren't familiar with the acronym NDE. And it was as they're recounting their story, there was this one where it literally did a countdown of the amount of time that they were out, like not present. And on the other split screen, the person was describing what they were going through and what they were experiencing, as the clock on the split screen on the left hand side was just like coming down. And it's funny because that you mentioned that, because literally there was a point where, okay, it would come down to like a 30-minute mark, so you knew that the person who was at least dead for 30 minutes, but then they were explaining all of the different realms that they visited, all of the different people. And they're like, I'm like, when they did all that in 30 minutes. So yeah, that's what it reminds me of. I just wanted to add that in there.
It's exactly right. It's exactly right. It's Tuesday to me. Well, they said I could tell you the violent part. You could be in your house, got shot and killed, and yet because you don't understand how to die, you continue to go inside your house. To you, you just went back in. You just went back into your house. But then there's occultists that are like, shit, she knows herself. She doesn't exist. She knows herself. She knows she doesn't exist. So that's a whole different concept of existence, they're saying, though. Not all of us come like that. The NDEers that do get shot and see themselves gone are not the same as those that do get shot and continue to live on, because it's kind of like spiritually saying, "Bra, I eat those," still walking in. But the higher self plays it out, sees the version that did get hurt and killed just to see, okay, what would happen if I did let them kill me? Oh, all right. I'm right here. I'm right here though. I'm right here though. Because certain traumas aren't in someone's I'm not contracted for certain traumas, or some people aren't contracted for certain traumas. So it doesn't matter what people do to you if you give it power, because there's free will consciousness. There's so many consciousness that don't exist anymore. Now we get into the politics again, but it's relevant. It's relevant because it has to do with the concept that humanity should understand that existence is fluid. That really should have been the title. Existence is fluid. That's what that means by in between lives, past lives, future lives, present lives, and now the time. There's no time, there's the now. Existence is fluid. Give me 1 second. Give me one second. Yeah. Existence is fluid. When you understand existence to be fluid, you understand what they're calling mind magic to be a regular occurrence in your existence. That's very much what I teach. That's the calling. That's the 12th grade math in spirituality and college and more if need be. Because there are those that understand exactly what I'm saying, and they'll still be like, yeah, I get that. That's why I'm stuck on that side today, because they're waiting for someone like us to explain these downloads on how to do this, that most people, all people, all of humanity, they're saying, should know by now. All of humanity should know that we do not, what we're calling humans, are to be disgusted with this existence as human beings. We should understand ourselves as deities. We are our own deities. When you have a home, your home is your shrine, your tomb. So your tomb, yes, your tomb, because I'm like, a tomb. They're like, yeah, your tomb. Because you can die in your home and ascend in your own home. So that means you don't necessarily need a grave. That's all the metaphor in these Bibles are telling you, is that you are the damn Christ, the Jesus, the Buddha, the this, that can come along and ascend in your own tomb in a second, not after 3 days, just like that.
Listen,
No.
oh my gosh, because we are on one, okay? And the reason why I said that is because I remember it may have been offline that we were having this discussion about the Bible, but more specifically about the Bible talking about reincarnation, because you had mentioned, there isn't anywhere in the Bible where it speaks about reincarnation. And yet, my guides were telling me it's there, it's just hidden in plain sight. So, but they told me in the way that it's coded, like you said. So it's just like, I don't know, there's some scripture, something with eyes to see. But one of the things that they had showed me as an example would be kind of, not kind of, but every single time you die and there's a rebirth, that's a form of reincarnation because they're saying that
Do it
out.
all the time. That's the thing. Not
I,
just when we die. Remember that one time you asked me, but what about the version, like if you died? Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead so I can clarify.
So yeah, so what I'm specifically saying is they had explained to me that reincarnation, anytime you die, as in, and when I say die, I'm not talking about a physical death. I'm talking about a rebirth, a transformation, because what they're saying or what they told me is every single time you die, you have a rebirth. And all that means is a new way, a new level of enlightenment because your old self has died, right? So you've achieved a new ascension. You're more enlightened than you were as far as the old version. But they're saying that every single time that happens and you get an upgrade, you essentially, there's an alchemical process that happens with that upgrade. So you're essentially changing into a different person. So that's how they explain you're changing, not changing to a different person. Your body is changing. So your body is changing with the upgrade because they said that's an example of when you get an upgrade is as you ascend, you get into enlightenment. In order for you to do that, you have to die. So it's like die from your old version of you. When you do that, an alchemical process takes place, and it's what people would describe or think of as reincarnation, but it's not reincarnation in the way that people think, but it's how they would define reincarnation. It was on some deep shit. But anyhow, so I thought that was interesting. And the story that they gave me as an example, they're like, yeah, Jesus, that's an example, but of reincarnation in the Bible. But they had also said Lazarus. I said Lazarus because girl, I ain't all that hip to the Bible, even though I went to Catholic school all the way up through 8th grade. And we literally was going to church damn near every day. You went to Catholic school too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, girl. I should know. I should have the Bible memorized from front to back based on us going
I
to.
did. I only did like first grade to like fourth grade.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Yeah, but the point I guess I was trying to make is we go to church so damn much. Church and damn, maybe I shouldn't do that, but whatever. God knows my heart. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like we go to church so much. I should literally have that, Bible memorized. But that I thought that was very, very interesting, and how they point out because, they were saying that there's a lot of things specifically in the Bible that's there, that's hidden in plain sight. Whereas when I say they, I'm speaking of, spirit, ascended spirit. It's like they'll use it's a specific word, but it's like how they'll define it is differently than how we are conditioned to defining it. So I just thought that that was interesting in how they explained reincarnation.
They're also explaining it all depends on your incarnation. So this is something that should be a part two. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Because
because we weren't planning on talking about.
not really, because what they're trying to tell me is they're never explaining in the Bible, not recently explaining, not saying it is may not or may not be there. It always is. A lot of things are omitted, like they don't even mention it. And then anyway, there's different oaths that priests make not to say certain things depending on the secret societies they join. They said to you to know that most priests are occultists, period. There's something spiritual gifted mediumship, something that a priest, like a priestess, like, I'm a priestess, I have spiritual gifts. You are a priestess, you're a shaman, we are, they weren't gonna tell you, but the priest is an occultist. He knows something. He ain't gonna tell the average person, but he knows what's going on in his church. Like I teach in my lastly, like I teach in my I said it's a plug. It's a plug. Like I teach in my Delphi Priestess course that most people who own cemeteries are occultists. The average person isn't going to say, oh, this is my dream to have a cemetery. Because after four or five bodies, depending on the type of people you bury, you're gonna know real quick if you have them in the back without a tomb, what's
Funeral
gonna
homes
happen.
too.
Huh?
Funeral homes too.
Yeah, funerals. So you messing with bodies and dead body, even animals. Animals. You have them, you bury a couple of them backyard. Don't do it. I'm telling you, spiritually, there'd be consequences unless you're an occultist. Certain fuckery will start happening. And if you weren't an occultist, you'd be an occultist that day. You'd be like, oh shit, I get it now. I'm sorry, I just like to come through and say those type of jokes. Um, so my point is they never tell you about the ascended masters. The You can still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. They don't tell you about the ascended masters, the calling that is all the people that are watching this. If you're watching this, it's not a big channel. Well, at least not yet. So if you're watching this, if you're in here, you're an ascended master. You've done this before, over and over and over. In this lifetime, though, it's a lot harder because we go in deep. We do not fall like we don't usually fall, they're saying. That's the prophecy, the fallen angels, the quote unquote fallen angels. We don't usually fall. There's no such thing, not really. We come down because we choose to, and then we usually ascend like that. That's what they're saying. But as of lately, they've created avatars to be as layman as possible so people can relate. That's the trick. They're saying for Melissa, when she gets a place and there's people that come in to pretend to be Poseidon, but they don't know I to eat Poseidon and marry other things that I'm not going to say. It's real controversy that I didn't even know I could do. So there are those of us that come in as ascended masters and we come in like this. And then they want to know, well, if this is what then how come you know? And it's because we're here to teach the most simplest thing ever that's got humanity, all of humanity, no matter how rich or poor, that you don't have to die. You can bring your ego with you and or just simply choose to ascend because chances are a great majority of us are ascended masters because there really is no past life and between lives, all that existence is fluid. So going back to one moment can be a million years. That's when you have to know how to meditate because meditation brings you to the 0 point and you vibrate in a stillness and you take on meditation on a regular basis and genuinely you will vibrate in a vibration of meditation. Like you were saying, remember one time you got into meditation and you got into uh fasting, because fasting is a vibration. So you become lucid in the existence because every single thing is vibration, no matter how physical, quote unquote, physical, air quotes, because we don't mean physical, no matter how physical it may seem, it's an illusion. It's not real. So saying it's an illusion and understanding it to be an illusion, you start to understand that existence is fluid. Hydration, meditation, sun gazing, and fasting is the guru method. Those that close their eyes and understand they exist in the nothingness and create before the nothingness, the deep, deep gurus, the high gurus, I don't fuck with that either. When they come for me, they come for me. Oh, but your ego, yeah, that's my ego. On purpose, she's pretending because sometimes I come out of character. And like my vocabs, I didn't even know I had like some deep vocabulary, girl. But when I come into fruition, when I come into my trueness that they try to test and test and test, I come into fruition, I start speaking like damn, I didn't even know I knew these like expandable vocabulary words. Like, damn. So they said that's when the higher self comes forward. The higher self comes forward and shows its face, shows itself. And then they're taken back and they do take a step back and then they receive downloads to make a choice right then and there. So that's what I've been dealing with for the past few however long it's been. Now that I know 1 minute could be a million years, who the hell knows how long I've been doing this? They said I've been here for eons, girl. And longer than what is eons to know there is no time. Everything is vibration. If anything, people measure things in vibration, really. Existence and vibration. That's like how you know if someone ate or not, and their consciousness, their spiritual intelligence, their physical, what you guys are calling physical, air quotes, intelligence, their mastery, where they've been, their blueprint is a vibration, their consciousness, whether they have a soul, you name it. The way they shit this morning when it gets stupid, you could tell. You could like, oh, you're not eating right. You need to put some greens in that shit. Or hydrate, meditate, sun gaze, and fast. You ain't gotta have to worry about that. So in between lives is to know that you exist consistently, backwards and forwards, since we're not gonna use past and present. Backwards for past and forward for present. Left or right for parallel. So and in between that, would quote unquote be in between lives, between the cross of existence, there's those southwest and eastern where you exist as all of it. There's an in neutrality you exist even. There's a part of you just watching you act stupid. Like, okay. There's a part of you watching you in purgatory. Like, fuck, when are we going to get it? Should we let them live a little longer in that space? And then always the causes. And what's the cause? The cause is so you to know you're your own universe. You're your own universe. You, your own master. That's what every single prophet, master, guru, God, this, goddess, you name it, has come to teach. This paradigm. This is the lowest in vibration and paradigm. If you're still using time as your measurement of existence, consuming food as your measurement as existence, medications, surgery, basically everything that is this existence, you are at the bottom. To say there's no top or bottom, but the vibration of the cause that is the vibration, you're in the lowest of vibration. When you're eating heavy and dense and meat, oh, I'm fighting, I'm mastering, no. So that's that vibration. But no, now there's There's different beings and different vibrations, because those who don't know themselves and their the humanness, those who sacrifices, they pray to those they think is greater than them. Oh, the deity is greater than you. That deity ain't shit without you. So if you call into and summon yourself in that realm, because you got to remember you exist everywhere. So you exist in every single realm. There's every single version of yourself in that realm. If anything, you call onto yourself, and yourself is fuckery in that realm, you consume yourself and upgrade and become that self. Real talk. For those chosen one, nigga coming chosen. It's chosen downloads. They're not telling you you exist everywhere, chosen ones. You exist everywhere. Do not worship nothing. Period. Please. That's what sets us back. Even remember, everything is a vibration. Worshiping is a vibration. And those who understand and see, they're like, oh, this is a worshiper. When they say me, ha, those who can tap in, they see me. They know this bitch will spit on a god if she has to. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck? I'm your master. Don't ever let any being you to think is greater than you. I'm not to name the beings. I'm not to get into it, because I have problems with just about all of them today, because I've just had about enough of all of them. And they know who they are. They know who they are. They know who they are. I don't play around. They thought it was a joke. They thought it was a joke. You know why? Because I don't want to come in flashy. You know what I mean? It's like, let's say spiritually speaking, I can afford a Bugatti, a $200-300 vehicle. You know what I mean? Spiritually speaking, I mean, physically too. Fuck around and start doing this hydration meditation, girl. So when I come in, I just come in with the Toyota, because I don't need the fucking looks. I don't need, nice 2024, 25 Toyota.
I'm gonna ask you something, like to put a pin on that real quick. There was a point where I would, check out different YouTube videos on different subjects of spirituality. And I remember coming across like a few who, I don't want to say gloat, but that is how they came across, in the sense where, oh, I've never meditated. I've never meditated, and yet I'm still very much gifted or, I'm still extremely gifted, extremely tapped in, or have, or powerful in this degree. What is your take on that?
They're saying everyone's cause is different. Everyone's call is different. But chances are those people you're talking about specifically, their higher selves, they still don't tap into the people. Okay, so let me, as the ego, because my higher self is like tripping right now on what's happening. But for me, as the ego, this is Melissa to tell you, I would say always meditate. There's a power in meditation, because in meditation, you understand what I just said to you without me having to tell it to you. You'd be the one to teach someone else the same very thing that I'm teaching you. You would understand, oh, shoot. There is no time. Existence is fluid, because the more you go within yourself, you understand your body to be a tool. You have to understand this is an illusion. Everyone is talking about it's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. Nobody fucking knows it's an illusion. It's an illusion because you got to understand that your body does not exist. So when you understand your body not to exist, you're going to listen to people like Elotam and Omin. When they tell you they're breatharians, you're not triggered. You're not, oh my God, they didn't eat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and that motherfucker is understand themselves not to eat, not to be in existence. They understand that they don't need to eat out here. They can consume from within. So there's different ways of eating because the body is powerful. If you don't meditate and you don't eat for years at a time, that means you're eating off of the physical, like the planet's energy. You've tapped into something. You can tap in out here. You can do that. There's a lot of spiritual shit, things that are out here that are magical, that can sustain you. The sun can feed you. You don't need to eat. The moon could feed you, the stars, the earth, like Tesla told you, you don't need to go to Edison or whoever electricity you work with to get energy. The energy is free. Everything is free. But the true power of understanding existence comes from closing your eyes. Long times, quote unquote, time, moments, vibration, per vibration in existence. To do so much that you pop outside of the body. People who could do OBEs, out of bodies, on their own understand this shit. They'll tell you, of course, you don't need to eat. I ate in China and my body's right here in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Because you understand you do not exist. That's the power. So anyone that is telling you that, there's so many different forms of magic. Everybody's contract is not the same.
Yeah.
But there are those of us that have to meditate because we're not here to die. We're not here to die physically, because I have died physically in different paradigms, different moments, different sections, different everything. All of us have a lot of great. If you're watching this, you've died physically and you don't know it. You're here, you've died physically, you don't know it. But I'm not here to die. I'm here to ascend. So you gotta take your hydration, meditation, sun gazing, and fasting seriously. So the spiritual people like us won't sound loony anymore. Because we still sound loony to half of the world. If I went to tell people next door neighbor, do you know you don't have to eat? She'd be like, what the fuck you mean? I have a groceries in there. I have kids to feed. Because you've been programmed. Remember, your body is a tool. Your mind is a tool. Your belief systems are the program. You reprogram yourself the most and the best when you close your eyes. Let thine eye be single. But we're not even working. Like what I teach is like consciousness outside the body. Like when you're meditating, imagine yourself outside the body. You cannot be in this body. You have to literally see yourself out. And the more you see yourself out every single time you meditate, hydrate, sun gaze, and fast for long periods of time, it'll just pop. You'll start to move around. It's deep. You'll be like, oh shit, it don't exist. It'll be. And you'll be like, that crazy black woman, she was telling the truth.
Listen, I love to eat.
You don't, well, see, a certain level of meditation,
it
doesn't even matter if you eat or not, but you got to be on that meditation. If you want to be an ascended guru, you could take yourself as you are, because you can hold the vibration and sit in that vibration. So you and I could be in that vibration, because I'm going to go and you're going to understand, oh, I don't exist in this physical body anyway, no matter what you thought, because you understand existence to exceed the body, the chakras outside the body and beyond chakras, because after a while, they're no longer called chakras. And when you keep going up, they know the fuck you can call them. No, they're not chakras no more. They're not chakras when it's non-existent. We're going to the nothing before nothingness. We were working with nothingness. Now we gotta go before that shit. Before nothingness. So no, there's no chakras. This is because you're still talking about existence. You're talking about existence, you're still talking about chakras. There's something called there's another name for it. For me, for my class, I call it a crystalline grid. But you want to push beyond the crystalline grid, because crystalline grid is your consciousness from that perspective, and it looks differently for everybody. And some people just meet complete darkness, look like stars. It look like whatever. It could look like whatever. As I don't really get into what it looks like, because everybody's different. There's no one way to do anything ever. So I would have to tap into like why they're not doing it. Why, you know? And if they're that powerful, I don't need the headache. I'd learn something, but I don't need the headache. Yeah, because I'm here to do other things, really. I'm here to teach humanity they don't exist. You have to learn you don't exist. You have to know you are real, but you don't exist. That's what that is when you meditate, 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 hydrate, sun gaze. I'm not a nutritionist. So if you are not called to fast, do not do this. But if they keep saying fast, fast, if your spirit guides and you sit on it for months, maybe weeks, maybe years, remember one moment could be a million years.
But it's always, I mean,
Okay.
it's always good to do some form of detox, you know, um, because even, well, with me, I used to do it once a month, you know, and that's just to cleanse and regenerate.
They say
So
go back to the between and between lives. So they're saying like you can exist like now, a version of you or me. I don't really want to get into me, but they're saying a version of me exists in one state and another version of me exists in another state. As in the United States, not I should say states. So there's a version of me within the California. There's many versions of me in California. So that's in between lives within this same paradigm. It wouldn't be an interruption because I'm the main cause for my perspective. So I can jump into that timeline. So I can go, sideways, parallel to that timeline, or before going back. I can go like you can maneuver yourself as the consciousness. As a consciousness, you understand this is not the only body you have. Within this timeline, you can go into different, like make different bodies, have different bodies, understand yourself existing multi-dimensionally, understand that the house or the place you're in, you've manifested it. You manifested it because the house you're in is consciousness. You are the consciousness that manifested the apartment, the building, you're just playing and pretend like, oh my God, they're gonna hurt me. Because remember, you contracted with all of this to learn yourself again because there are many who don't know how to die. No, there's no such thing as death. So I mean ascend. Ascend meaning to go like Buddha, like all these gurus that we call gurus that we end up worshiping, that we have to eat. So you just gotta understand you don't exist. That's what true meditation and the consciousness gets to decide how to come in. Like you are awakened and understand, like you won't need a past life regression or a shaman. So, that's another thing. When there's no offense, because I'm a shaman too, she's a shaman. You don't need that level of like awakening when you can literally decide how to incarnate consciously. Like you can literally say, because this is chosen ones shit. This is chosen ones. They're not telling the big, heavy stuff to chosen ones. As chosen beings, consciousness, you can choose how to come in. If you want to come in as a human, if you want to come in as any being, any is infinite, anything in existence, you can choose to come in as any genders consciously and be aware of it. You don't have to fall in this like where you need manifest outside help to remember. Like we've all chosen this path of having those remember. And like I've had to tell others, the only difference between those who are chosen is because we existed before existence. And we're much older than most of the children here, quote unquote. They could be 80 years old, they could be 50. So when I say children, I mean children because that's their consciousness age, that's their soul age, that's their existent age, because everything is based on vibration. If you can tap in, you could tell how old someone really is. Someone could be younger than you physically, but really be eternal. Okay. So when you know yourself to ascend, so you could be a young consciousness or young soul and ascend. It's like a 12-year-old that goes to college. It's not likely, right? Your average 12-year-old doesn't end up in college. So the chosen ones are usually those of us that's been doing this for forever, forever. So when we come in, we very much master ourselves. So we have to make very, very imperfect egos so that people can relate to us, you know. Oh, she's just like me. Da, da, da. Yeah, I am. I am. I've been through a lot of shit. Nothing special, nothing different. Been through a lot of shit. But I am an ascended master. I am very powerful and I'm tired of playing small.
That's good.
So I've played small. I think I did pretty good playing small. You know, now I gotta take out that Bugatti.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna show off. You ain't never gonna know where my Bugatti's at. That's one thing about me, because I'm Scorpio. We no, no, not that. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
you
What were you
had,
saying, Christine?
oh, because there were a couple of things. There was one thing that I wanted to add. You've hit a lot of good points, and as far as, chosen chosen ones, where one thing that I did want to add was there's it's like there not it's like but one, people don't realize or recognize their power, and because of that, there's many souls who have incarnated on this earthly plane, who are unawakened. And so the role, so I see it as the role of the teacher, which I would group that as a chosen one, because you teach, not necessarily teaching as far as your mouth, but you teach in the way you move, how you are, your presence, your vibration. That's how most people learn, through observing you and what you do more so than what you say. And I realized that if if Earth was if Earth as a collective was where it was at, if Earth as a collective was already where it needed to be, then there would be no need for chosen ones to help facilitate an awakening and bringing enlightenment and helping to usher, we'll say, newer souls into enlightenment. And when I say enlightenment, seeing the light within themselves, to know one thyself, and in knowing thyself, knowing truly how powerful that you are, you know. But good, bad, or indifferent, we're not there yet.
As a collective?
Yeah, as a collective,
Yeah, as a collective.
we're not there yet. Because there's different levels to this shit. Other people have achieved it. There's just like, as a collective, we're not there yet. The one interesting thing I did want to mention that they had told me, was that your higher self can have, kind of like to the point what you were saying, but like your higher self can have two or three egos that's literally living on the earth at the same damn time. Like, I'm here, where I'm at. And then my higher self created another ego that's in South America. I don't know that person. This is what they told me. I don't know. I've never met that person before. Well, physically, I haven't met that person before. So that's another example of living what would you say parallel lives? So like to the left and to the right.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I just got a download about samadhi. And I've heard of
What's that?
samadhi. I've heard, let me see. I was looking that up and I've heard of it. I've seen a movie about samadhi and it's saying samadhi. So it's Samadhi. Samadhi. Samadhi is a state of deep concentration and meditative consciousness. That is a goal in many Indian religions, included Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. I know like what Sikh is a friend of mine. She was a Sikh. It's called Sikh. It is also a part of yogic schools. So samadhi is our potential, what they're calling samadhi, because even that's a thing for them too. What they're calling deep samadhi. Like we are the type that could be in a house for 3 years meditating. With our eyes closed. That's what samadhi is. Well, that's what it used to be. That's what if they're calling it samadhi, because someone came out and said samadhi, samadhi, you know, that's what that is when you can close your eyes, because the power of meditation is not just, oh, breathe. And they've turned yoga, you name it, into a fad, a trend. That's my higher self, you guys. It's us. They're saying us. It's us. It's very much us. It's us. Okay. Me and Melissa, us. We could reach greater than samadhi for those who want to really know. We can take the body. We can take the body. That's what that means. Ascension. Right. Karainish kroi. Narai trai korute strainaite. Yanga we straite. Baphomet Cho. Galactic Siege. Metatron. Zeus is in fruition. Samadhi. Karainish toro. I do not speak Hinduism. Hindu. E kroinash
I
krestrena.
don't think it's called Hindu. I
I
think
don't know.
it depends, but I know one of the languages is Bengali, I think.
Sanskrit. I don't speak Sanskrit. They said, but my stuff speaks Sanskrit. Well, yeah, there's
No,
probably
Bengali is one of them. That's one of the
it's called Hindi, isn't it?
no, it's not called Hindi.
What is it?
Um Hindi is a religion, but they have different a lot of different dialects that they speak in India. I only know Bengali only because my mom went to India and she was learning the language to speak to the locals.
No,
But
it is Hindi. It's called Hindi, there's Bengali, and there's Marathi. And there's 13 like other stuff. The three main languages.
oh, okay.
Is it languages? What is the three main languages in India? 2011 Census India language. Hindi, Bengali, and Marathi. That's one of them. Those, because I've also heard of Punjabi. There's a friend of mine that speaks Punjabi. So there's many different languages. Languages in India. Assamese, Bengali, Bongo, Dogri. I ain't gonna sit here and say none of these, but Hindi is one of them.
Okay. I stand corrected. Hindi is one of them.
So I don't know. But they said the person that's talking to me speaks Punjabi. They're really impressed how like this and that and other stuff. They said if I didn't know better, I'd swear you're Indian. They said spiritually, Melissa comes off Indian, but she's not, like not the ego anyway. Well, my spiritual mother is an Indian mother. I have many spiritual mothers. She's been loyal. That's one thing. I don't want to, in the game of the illusion, because I don't believe in race. The most respectful group that I've witnessed in California were Indians. I'm not saying they're not in the ego, they're not chauvinistic, they got things, whatever, and they're not perfect. But spiritually speaking, they were more civil than the Chinese and the white people. And that's where I leave that. Let's keep going. They said because they respect the Mashamari. There's something I can't explain it. They respect, there's something in Indian that they respect. They see me like a big cow goat mother, an ancient goat cow mother, more than just the Shankti. There's a name for it in India. So that's how they seen me for eons, presented like that. So in India, if I ever went to India, Kali Ma is my mother, my daughter, and much more. So like in many ways, if I go to India, it's like almost going back to quote unquote Africa for me, because it could be that deep. So so that's why they say, and they're seeing me. I was like, hey, I might as well come. Sure came in Indian. They're saying, because like I have a lot of Indian stuff. Well, yeah, me and what's that ancient monkey god, Hanuman, are like this lovers and a lot of stuff. It's like because it's for me when I speak of stuff, it's on a god level because I understand myself to be God, a goddess. So like, yeah, that's where they say they see me as the shamati, because what deities people worship, she puts in check. And I told him that, yeah, I put the Archangel Michael in check. I put that's what the chosen ones do. Why you think the cherubims will come down here and fuck you up? And they in the wrong. They could be in the wrong because of power, because the chosen ones are special humans, quote unquote humans, that can run heaven today. That's why it's dangerous to be chosen. It's not something, oh, I'm chosen. No, you're chosen. You gotta like, you sure? When the fuck did I make that contract? I don't remember that shit. Oh shit, why Archangel Michael acting like that? What I do?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I thought Mary Magdalene, get away from me, bitch. Yo, is that serious?
Yeah. Like like there's so many definitions to chosen. Like as you can also use it as chosen.
They say, why are you telling everybody this shit?
Hold on, because you're interrupting. So let me just finish my thought before I forget. But I was gonna say chosen is another way of saying having a target on your back. Because essentially that's what it is. That's not all that it is, but that's how one way that you can define it.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. But it's like, I always have to remind myself it's something that we chose to do. We chose to fall in, forget all of it. And then that's one thing for sure. This contract of, yeah, wake me up when I come down. That like Shanti Power, remind me what this Baphomet, yeah, I got you. You'll remember me. This remind me, yo, I got you. I'm gonna just go shank you. You gonna be like, whoa. You gonna remember really quick. But it's this consciousness doesn't remember because she doesn't need to, or else it'd be defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
So it's deep. The same thing with you. Your consciousness don't remember.
I don't remember shit. I don't.
Or we would both be up in here like, you go first, Christine.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember shit. And I remember what I do remember is how my spiritual team would be cussing my ass out, on some shit like, why are you moving this way? Basically, like how you like reenacted, why are you running and hiding and ducking and dodging and asking for assistance, for help from these deities that you oversee? Like, if you don't get your life together, you know what I'm saying? Like tighten up, like tighten up, you know? So,
I
yeah.
remember, like Lucifer, like give me a second, hold on. I remember like Lucifer was gonna give me a download, because I'm getting into the Goetias and dark magic and da-da. And I just was like, oh yeah, hold on, let me just take a piece of paper. I read it down. He goes, Mom, why you always gotta be so lazy? I said, Mom. And then you always gotta pretend like you don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. When the fuck that was mom's Lucifer's mother, you know what I mean? Like, oh. And then I left it alone for a while because I was so confused about that download. I left it alone for a while. They said I left it alone for 2 years because it took me back. Like, what does the fuck you mean? How the fuck Lucifer? I had to like really understand all of this. This journey was not easy. It took me like, all right, yeah. But then when they come for you, I'll be like, yeah, the mother Lucifer, mother of Baphomet, come for me. Send my children after you don't even know. Children you never even heard of, bitches. So, gods. And more, and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
But that's some real shit, though.
No. My baby wants to come on here. I'm like, no, we're not time yet. Is it time yet? No. Yeah. So like for instance, my daughter, Isis, that's a metaphor. She's my mother and she's my daughter. I'm both the mother and creator of Isis. And she plays some part in creating me too. This lifetime, not as much, because I have to oversee Isis crazy ass too. Because they're crazy. All motherfuckers is crazy. So I'd be like, don't fuck with it. I'm the mother of Isis. Check it. Yeah, go look that shit up. Because when they come for you, the mother of Medusa, a lot of stuff, because they always coming for with me with the deities. I'm like, you sure? And then the deities like, no, no. Like today they try to come with me for Poseidon. I was like, let me make sure that's really Poseidon, because I don't want to have to fucking take him down for no reason. And they're like, no, that's not like Poseidon. All right. Because I'll check him over because I told him fuck with it and see what happens. So I don't get the nice, beautiful story everyone talks about any of these
Well, then
things.
that's quick question.
No, no, no.
Sorry, I didn't
Sorry.
mean to interrupt. My
Go ahead.
apologies about that. But
Go
quick
ahead.
question. Was it somebody that answered to Poseidon? Or was it somebody that was pretending to be Poseidon?
Well, they were Poseidon,
Oh, okay.
but they didn't know that I run the seas. What is Poseidon?
Oh, okay.
So because there are many of us that are Christ. I shouldn't use the word Christ because Christ, many of us are these deities. A lot of us are Oshun. A lot of us are, they call it the daughters of Oshun. No, you are Oshun. You are these beings. You are them. But when I am talking, when I am that I am, I'm speaking to the Oshun, the Poseidon, the stuff. That's what the power of the chosen one means. So yes, there's an aspect, many of them, my children have children, and they come in the form of humans, some that are awake and they know themselves to be mermaids, So they go into the waters. They're human beings. They don't tell you that wake up. They understand themselves to what they're calling mermaids, because I have a channeling of that. The human origins aren't from the cave or monkeys. There's the ice age, there's the Aquarian age. So there's the inner earth. There's like there's the stars. We come from everywhere. So there's human beings wake up, they go, they realize their royalty is in there, and they chose to just come on earth to just go back on land, because that gives them more life. They get to live longer, so they do that. And so people that have that kind of power will, they are Poseidon, they are all this stuff. But I'm like, well, let me make sure, because you probably just the great grandchild. Let me go see what's up with your father. And the father's like, all right. Oh, all right. And then they're like, oh, then they're like, oh, this is deeper and bigger and deeper and bigger. I'm like, why they just don't leave me alone? I had a whole other bunch of problems in my whole life. I don't need more.
Extra problems.
It's
It's like you have more problems. That's another thing, it's like I have more problems in the spiritual realm than I do in the physical.
I do. And I'd be
I'm
like,
with you. I'm with you on that.
you'd be like, when the hell did I have problem with all these people that you look up to? But then I go back to one of my old channelings, and it kind of scares me and it makes me want to stop again, because it's like, if I'm not, if it's that, it feels like a big weight, but then it gets explained and I'm like, I guess. But it feels like it goes back to when people who have eyes to see, and I tell them who I am, I'm who I told you I am. And I'm like, I to remind you, you worship my children, my shit. You worship my shit. This is my realm. This is, we old and we come back again. That's what that means. Like, that kingdom become on earth as it is in heaven. This is the realm. So they always tap in the police force. And they're like, oh shit. So it's always some crap. They're being taught that today. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens with the police and see what they do. Because they didn't know that, like I said, like I have a Bugatti spiritually. Like, you name it, the flyest thing, a jet. They didn't know. They're like, oh, damn. No. Rule the world. Boys and girls, that's why humanity needs to not worship anything, because
Yeah.
I want to say, like, for my ego to have this much problems for no reason, because it sets her back. It sets her back every time these people come in. It sets her back. But this time, the house she's in will eat you alive. We not playing with nobody. So they're letting those who need to know very well. And she will not manifest you in this realm. I will not manifest them in my realm. Don't manifest them in your realm, Christina, because these people crazy. Like, what I mean is, like, authority and stuff like that. These so-called authorities, don't manifest them in your realm.
You
Anyway,
talking
I
about the
digress.
popo?
Yeah, the po-po. Call the po-po, ho. Remember, Medea? I'm going to call the police. Call the po-po. Why'd you be getting my A game? You call the police, they be like, what you mean, Melissa? She killed all of who? That's all right. Click. Let me stop. I should have said that out loud. If I get on my A game, yeah. I get on my A game, shit. They could come for me, look for it. They won't find it. They be like, the bitch used to be here. We don't know where she is in existence. So existence is fluid. There's no such thing as the past, future, nothing. So that's what that is. And I teach those who want to know, who'll come later to tell me. And I do. I'm teaching how to come out of existence, because it is a thing. Because a lot of my stuff is really a core. Some people may think I'm telling you guys everything, but I'm not. because like I have to grapple with it. I have to
Sit
not,
with it
yeah, I
first.
have to
Yeah.
it has to resonate because some of it just be like, you know.
And plus, it's just like I can't speak for you, so I won't. I'll just speak for myself. A lot of the knowledge that I get, there's a lot of knowledge that I get where I was told in previous lifetimes that I was given and I was supposed to share it.
That you were what? I'm so sorry.
I was supposed to share it.
You was chosen and you were supposed to share it.
No, there was knowledge that I was given or had access to that I was supposed to share, as in teach.
Okay,
I
okay.
chose to keep it for myself. I'd agreed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'd agreed in previous lifetimes. And so they've checked me on that, as far as just like, we're not just giving you this information just to sit on your ass. You're meant to share it. You know what I'm saying? But, and I say, but there's a lot of information, downloads that you get that you're not supposed to tell, that you're supposed to keep is for you, yourself, you, yourself, and I don't know, me, myself, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's specifically for you. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. And it's many of you guys that are going to be watching this later will know that you have different timelines and loops and connections with the both of us. Some of you, they're giving me you guys' names that know who we are and want to come forward, but they're waiting on something that we're supposed to do or have done because nothing really exists. As it's simply based on a vibration and alignment. I'm getting like a something right here. I feel like a whole thing coming.
Somebody's smoking weed because I smell that shit.
That's in your space. There's a lot going on, but they don't want me to tap into all of it because it's just so much. There's a lot going on. That's why they said there should be a part 2. We'll give you more downloads. And if you want to, if you guys want to do that, she said, no, they're saying there's going to be a part 2, Melissa. You have to explain. There's something in detail. You might have to do a slide. A quick slide, and I'm going to be like a long thing, just explaining something in particular to one particular person specifically. I'm thinking, why don't you just make that into the class? They say you can expand on it in the class, but there's something in particular they want to point out about existence that I'm going to be learning this lifetime. That's the thing too, like there's complete lifetimes that are so split in time that last year or 2 years ago could genuinely be over 1 million years ago. Or just another lifetime. It doesn't have to be that far. It doesn't have to be that far, they're saying. It could just be that's what I'm getting. There's different pulls. I guess I'm just tapping into the ether. Anyway. And then they're saying different hacks to be taught to those that understand how to go inside and out of paradigm and twist and all that stuff.
Because some folks be trying to think they doing something and get stuck.
Yep. That part. They said we all kind of get stuck sometimes. But you have to remember, that's the part they don't remember. They literally don't remember. Some people literally don't even remember how to get back. So that's where the chosen ones come along. And like you were saying earlier, teach by action through the spiritual realm. There are those that will see certain things when certain things come online in the quote unquote unseen realm. They say that, haha, that's a joke. That you guys are calling unseen realm, even. I don't understand what that meant, but okay. But I get it. They're saying like it's not in our vibration, but we're pretending not to see it because we're playing small.
Yeah, we got the blinders on.
Yeah.
Like the horse.
Yep.
Like the horse, you know?
The only difference is this horse could literally, like in cartoons, just go like this and look both ways. You know?
Yeah, well, shit, you know. I'm not gonna front. Like, you know, sometimes it's just like, because like I'm saying, going through all of this can sometimes, I don't want to say sometimes, but for me, in moments, it can be a lot to take on and to digest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all, if I want to have my blinders on for 2 or 3 minutes to tune you guys out, like just let me be.
Pretend. Let me
You
pretend.
know, I'm just like, let me be.
Yeah. Let me pretend. Maybe I want to pretend.
Yeah.
I had another download, but I don't remember. I wanted to see how long.
Is it going to be part of the part 2?
I don't know. I have to see what they want me to say in the part 2. Now I'm feeling 6 gentlemen come forward. They said they would like to ask you questions, Cristina.
Ask me questions?
Yeah.
Me or
You want
my?
to answer?
I mean, I'll answer. Me or my higher self.
It's up to you if you want to take them. You should tap in, close your eyes, and see how you feel. Let me double check myself. They said they wanted to go through you, but you're not. You're like, they're showing me like, they're trying to see if they should show me a safe that's locked.
Yes, blocked.
That's locked. Like you're protected, so protected.
Yeah, it's like a motherfucking fortress up in this bitch. And you know what? It had to be. I had to set that motherfucker up because they were coming crazy up in this bitch. It was crazy. And I'm like, ain't nobody getting up in this bitch. I said, ha! You know?
They said it's understood. It's understood. People violate your space, girl, if you let them.
I said to the point, I said, listen, I said to the point where, you know what I'm saying?
They said, Cristina, they want to know. Make sure, because I'm not going to embarrass my cousin.
It's like Fort Knox up in this bitch. Trust and believe. Trust and believe.
They said, what do you feel about the paradigm clause? Can you elaborate? What do you mean? What does she feel about what does she feel about paradigms? What are her takes on paradigms? Okay, that's the question. What do you feel about paradigms? Is it more specifically timeline?
Okay, I have people to the right of me that's telling me something about the questions that just came in. But
to answer your question, there's an aspect of me that wants to come in, but it's your question.
As far as how I feel about timelines,
Meaning, like, do you want to change it? Do you plan to go into it? Do you plan to tap in and do the whole? Because they said we don't want to get into the politics, but we have the power, says us chosen ones, have the power to delete timelines, to bring forth timelines. What do you feel today with the gift of the paradigm? They're saying twist and changes and all this crap. Tap into whatever they have to tell you, because this is a deep, heavy question. Not even I can like.
I don't.
That
Yeah,
question.
because I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what.
Okay, so I see what he's trying to say. So let's say we understood paradigms. Like, for instance, in this moment, we have the ability to still exist here talking like fluently, but yet both of us could be in Hawaii right now chilling. So now there's people that they thought, first of all, they could do that to me, like just to cut off my paradigm, delete me, lift me up. There's all this craziness.
Oh, so that you no longer exist?
So I don't exist.
Yeah.
Cut my ties and my cords.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But that's why they did that shit to me too, which is why I was just like, I went for knocks up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
So do you believe in it? Do you believe
I believe in paradigms? Yes. Do I believe in
Do you believe we should still have them?
I think that they serve a purpose. Okay. I feel like paradigms serve a purpose. Okay. And I mean, in a nutshell, I mean, that's how I feel. If they're wanting to know like what my perspective, if the question is they want to know what my perspective is on ridding paradigms altogether and deleting, makeshifting and changing, things of that nature, and how do I feel about being able to essentially manipulate, my paradigm, and how do I feel about that? I feel like it serves a purpose in what you're trying to accomplish as far as, for me, my mission, because I'm going to speak about myself. So my mission and my purpose, it's, I feel it comes into play. And it comes into play in the sense where if I want to be able to shift or manipulate in order to have a certain outcome, am I open to that? Yeah, I'm open to that as far as me doing that. If you're wanting to know about my personal opinion about utilizing and manipulating paradigms, yes, I am open to that. You know what I'm saying? But I have a large large part of my energy is also built off of justice and fairness, and so I don't know if I should say this or not, but I'll just leave it at this. And because of that, I always approach things in that way. You know what I'm saying? In that way, as far as being fair, being justice, and being integral. So, and I will utilize the shifting of paradigms under that umbrella. So that's at least this ego does. Now, my higher self, shit, sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of times, my higher self likes to color, outside of the lines. But there's a reason why my higher self created this ego. And I'm the type of person that's like, order, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to explain it. Order, rules, fairness, justice. And that's how I move. That's how I move.
I see so much youth in you. I see so much youth in us both. I see youth. I see youth. I swear I can't explain it to you. I see youth. So he said that's very much an opinion, but he feels that the highest of paradigms needs to be struck down because it affects other realms outside of the paradigm. Oh shoot, that reminds me of the movie Low Key, the way they explain it to me. Have you ever heard of Low Key? How there's variants that get stuck in a different, I guess it'd be paradigms, realm, dimension.
You know what it reminds me of? Which is why I say it always has to be integral. It reminds me of Back to the Future. You remember Back into the Future, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, what happened?
No, I'm here. You can go ahead. It's just I'm showing them what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
For Loki?
Yeah, this one. Okay. Anyway, I
don't think I've seen that movie.
It's on either Disney or Netflix. Oh, I put commented. That's from nursing.
Oh, okay. But
go ahead. Hold on.
Yeah. But yeah, so Back to the Future reminds me of that. You know what I'm saying? Where they go back to the future. Well, they go in the past so that they can different move, whatever, but so that they keep on par and not change things. Like they have to go back in the past and keep things the same as to not fuck up the future, So a lot of it, so I mean, so that would be it.
Because existence is fluid.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So, and that's how come I say that's where like I move, how come I move in that yeah, it's based on my opinion. Yes, because it's the ego talking here. Okay. So I didn't tap into my higher self. So my response is coming from the ego. And so, with that being said, that's how come I'm saying it's like a tool to be able to incorporate within your paradigm. But it's always, for me, this ego is all about being integral in how you move, So it kind of reminds, not kind of, but it reminds me Back to the Future.
They're saying that we're going to understand all of these politics very soon, and we're going to bring a certain level of CNN their way in terms of the spiritual realm. People are going to start taking note to why things correspond down here because of what's happening up there. That's why they're very careful how we incarnate, not to come off as gods or deities so people don't worship us. So when they see these videos, they're gonna know we started like y'all chilling. No Bugatti. You see all, but you don't see no numbers, nothing, right?
Girl, I got 4 subscribers.
You what?
I got 4 subscribers, but you know what? That's okay.
At least for the past, okay. Exactly. So when we start popping off and we start understanding it, you're gonna start seeing the flow in these moments right here in your own. Like, we're not gonna get elaborate, but don't sleep on it. Right now, that's why we come like this, and a lot of people are putting it together. A lot of deities that kind of lost themselves because we contracted to be stupid. Like, nigga, stop. It's time to wake up. Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, it's okay now. God love you. You're going to cleanse. You're going to heal. You're going to remember yourself. and you can't come back like that no more, not for a long time. Remember, 1 minute, 1 millisecond is a million years, because
Yeah.
your ass almost forgot yourself, and we almost had to take you down, down. Some people, some beings, some ancient beings. Anyway, we're not gonna get into it because it got really bad with some people. Because some people like to play, like they like to play the opposite of who they really are. We're really divine, perfect, luminous, beautiful beings. And we like to come down to be fun and do all, and then some of us, are big deities because we don't have to come down this low. We usually don't come down this low, like we said. And we usually come in with certain power, gifts, royalty. If we do come here to eat and stuff, give me a moment. We're talking to lots of people that I don't see yet. You're gonna see very soon. It's gonna be the CNN because it's time. It's time to bring out, the spiritual guy, the big downloads, the big news. It's gonna be like, this is what's happening in Star Seers period, Pleiadian, this galactic, da 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 da. It's gonna, like, and this is why humanity. This is what's gonna happen in this part of the world, and you're gonna see people start learning themselves, and like more people are gonna ask questions, and they're gonna wake up to themselves. And they're going to have their own powers, their own communities, their own. People are going to be so self-sufficient spiritually, physically, mentally.
That's the goal.
It's just unraveling.
That's the goal.
Unraveling.
Because that's the goal. Because like you said, having a deity to worship does the soul that's living in this existence, this physical realm, a disservice, because you're feeling you have to look, like you said, outside of yourself to get the answers, and the answers are always within you, because one thing that they had also explained to me beforehand, they were like, because beforehand, it was like Matrix up in this bitch when they were sending demons left and right up in my crib. That's how come I had to put this shit on lock. So before
you reminded me of my daughter, exactly what my daughter would say. My God, you swear to God.
Yeah, but it was just like, girl, it was like the Matrix, like, whoosh, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, and it was to the point to where I'm like, okay, that's it. Like there was a point, I'm sorry, not but Delphi Priestess.
Whatever, no, okay.
Whatever, okay. But there was a point, where, you know what I'm saying? They would be sending me demons, and sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the demons will come. I had one particular demon was just like, listen, like he came and he tapped in, and he was like, whoa, they sent me here, but I don't even want to fuck with you type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It was on some shit like that. So I'm like, okay, here, you could chill out for a second. Not for a second, for like a day or two. And then I sent him back to his home because that's what he wanted to go, back to his home. So I sent him back to his home. But most of them, I know you eat them. Okay. That's I know that's what
they said, because my ego is so nice. They'll send the demon. The demon will fuck around and fall in love. Get caught up, all this weird shit, take it so personal, because you got to send some type of demon my way to fall in love to begin with. Ooh. It's deep, it's crazy. So if it wasn't a love basis anyway, I'm gonna eat you, because I have husbands all over, spiritually speaking, even in the underworld, what we're calling the underworld.
Yeah.
So some of these demons they send, and the demon's like, wait, that's my wife. It's crazy. And I'd be like, yeah, nigga, they sent you again. And one thing I learned, that it don't matter the masculine from the heaven of the divine. I don't care what no one says. Y'all ain't, anyway, y'all Anyway, I ain't gonna get into it.
I know exactly what you're saying. I'm
From
picking
the
up what you
divine
said
of the
back.
glory of the woo to the hells of the pits of the do. All men is the same. Women, just in case, no matter the race, no matter shit, they all the same. That's what I learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of these women had to tell me, Melissa officially knows now.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be this pristine glory, like, oh, in the divine highest realm. It was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ascend the way I wanted to. I can't explain it, but they were basically in heaven, like what humanity in its state today would praise and worship. Even if you were a disbeliever, you seen these people, you'd be like, well, I guess something exists. I don't know what it is, but this shit does, you know?
Yeah.
And even this dude, I had to be like, wait a minute, you married? What the? And she, her wife, the wife, you know, they in tune. These women, we know
Yeah.
what's
They,
up.
yeah.
She goes, and you officially know today. All men are the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
This is
like, I do
true.
now.
This is true.
So it's up to the woman to set the boundaries. You gotta set the boundaries for
This
these
is
dudes.
true. This is true.
Period. With the uniform, without uniform,
This is true.
all men with don't matter this, yo, it doesn't matter the race, don't matter.
This is true.
You gotta set the boundary.
This is true. This is true.
And it gets donkier in the spiritual realm, actually.
Listen.
You're gonna be like, fool, you see with me, I don't play around. I eat them. I be telling
Yeah,
their
you do
moms,
eat.
don't send
You
your
do
son
eat them.
here on no shit, because he gonna get taken down, you and your kingdom. Because they be in their ego and they think their kingdom is more royal than yours and all this craziness. And you be like, fool, you came over here. I was minding my business, like I tell everybody, just washing dishes. All of a sudden, boom, did you know? I know what, nigga. And yes, I talk just like this to all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they said I'm a contrast for my higher self. My higher self is like, oh. And then here's me. Blah, blah, blah.
And that's funny because they told me, yeah, because they told me that I'm in contrast of my higher self. And I'm like, no, this could not be. You know what I'm saying? You know? But I'm all like peace and love and light. I am to a point. I am to the point. Because I mean, my personality is I'm really, really nice. And then it's like I'm nice until I'm not. And let's just say there are some moments in my life I haven't necessarily been proud of. So just in order for me not to revisit that, I just walk away. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so I'm like always nice, love and light, you know what I'm saying? Even with the demons that they send, girl. Even with the demons, what they send, I'm always like love and light, and I'm just like, okay. And they're like, listen, they like, yeah, they sent me. I really don't want to be here. I'm just trying to go back home. I don't want to, I'm saying, I don't want no smoke. I've had demons who came to I've had demons up in my house who will not attack me, yet they will stay in a corner. They will stay in a corner and they're just like, I don't want no smoke. So I just usually send them about their way. I don't eat them. I know you eat them. I know. But I'm like, listen, I mean, I'm trying to figure out. Here I am, my ass is like bothering them. I'm like, what is it that you And it's funny because I be listening to you and you be like, oh.
I don't even talk no more.
You don't. I know.
My people be like, you know him? You know him? Or her. You know her? You know her?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see something.
I didn't realize she was wearing a tutu. Is it a tutu?
Oh, it looks like it though. It's
Yeah,
just one of those
like those tulle dresses. Yeah.
yeah. I'm busy, Mama. I forgot what I was even doing. Here, give me a second. What did you want, Mama?
I wanted you.
Mhm.
Um, so let's yeah, I don't see anything here.
But yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But it's funny because I was just gonna say, like, in the very beginning, you know, like in the very beginning, I was like ducking and dodging. I was like, oh my gosh, I was asking and enlisting for help. And now, like without a bat of an eyelash, I'm like, handle it. Cause I got spiritual goons on standby. Handle it. Girl, that's it. That's all I say. Handle it.
They stay activating me. It's crazy. I just get like, because I could see they don't know. It's deep. I don't want to get into it right here. Like I said, I think one of my things is that if you end up in my house, your chances are you'll be dead because you didn't have permission to be here. Like,
Yeah.
if you didn't get permission to be here, physically even, if you not have no like permission to be here, and even if you got permission to be here,
Yeah.
you find yourself home. Like, how, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
so, and this is not smack, this is not talk. I can't explain because I'm not a troublemaker. I just be in my own world trying to,
No, you don't. But you
I
gonna
just,
handle some shit if it comes, on your front doorstep,
yeah.
you know?
The thing is, I'm by my, like, in my own world. That's the
Yeah.
part that trips me out. I mind my business. Like, I try so hard. I mean, I don't try literally. That's just innately for me. I just sometimes I gotta remember, oh yeah, there's other things out here. I gotta feed the kids.
Yeah.
And outside the kids, I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't want to say it like that, but that's because I'm dealing with something heavier than the illusion. Because I understand it to be an illusion. So I don't play their game of elections and this and all. I don't got time for that. When Dolores Cannon was talking about all the fake diseases and the fake news and the fake this and the fake, I don't pay attention to that because I have to do this here. I have to, can't say what I'm
Yeah.
doing. Y'all see it. You'll see it. Watch. Everybody'll see it.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh shit. Because I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I get it now.
Yeah. I'm to that point. I'm like, not to that point. I've definitely hit that point. Cause it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not at that point. Okay. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, fuck around and find out type of shit. But I'm not to the point where I'm eating them like you. I'm to the point where all I got to do is make a phone call and it's handled. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Now it's to the point where like you're not just gonna run up in my house and then expect to leave the way that you came. Like that's just not gonna happen. I mean, I'm
It's
just
funny how you said it so nonchalant. You ain't gonna just come in here and leave the way you thought.
nope, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So that's the point where I've gotten fed up at because I'm just like these people violating. not people and spirits. I'm like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm remembering certain things today even more. They didn't realize a lot of the stuff they thought. They didn't know that I'm royalty. They didn't know what that meant for me. Because not everybody to be royalty has this and that and connections with that deity. And it's like, I've had a girl in the spiritual realm because I had manifested the land of the dead is deep. And one of these ancient human beings, the deities really essentially, had love for me. And I was being haunted in that place forever. And all of a sudden, this essence of husband. And I was like, whoa, let me close up. Because I don't know what this is. But it was husband, love, love. And I was like, let me close up, let me close up, let me close up. And, finally I knew who it was and what it was. And I was like, nope, let me close up. Because I wasn't really like, he came with drama. But then these girls all wanted him. And they were all like, it was funny because they were like, how do you end up with these, because I always be telling girls, like, don't sweat. Even in this, like, spiritual realm, like, it don't matter. Like, these dudes is Pokemons. That's what I say. You could just trade them like cards. And she goes, no, though, your dude is like, God, man. And I'm like, well, I'm a God, woman. So I was thinking, oh, so we can't trade. You don't give me some whack. But I'm just playing all the same. I don't. My point. Let me see. What was my point in that story? I don't remember my point no more. I think I'm just remembering so many spiritual moments and what they try to send to me. They try to send so much my way.
I believe it.
And they don't realize that half these evil, it's supposed to be evil, turn out to be my husband. Or a family member, or this, or they awaken themselves. They awaken like, oh, like they don't get it. That's half of like the problem. They're like, fuck, who do we send to this? They're even finding out the police force that the thing they thought they were gonna send. They're like, careful, half of you fools are her husbands. And this time around, you have to manifest in the physical realm. So about 3 of you, we know for sure, will be like, fuck it. So they're like, really? Hey, don't say we didn't tell you. Because I remember saying, well, if I'm going crazy, they're not in the spirit realm. These niggas is coming for real now. So, hey, we gave everybody heads up. I'm getting like, we didn't know she's like a broadcaster. She's a YouTuber. So some of them that are, I guess, allowed to still watch, they're already like, they're already coming back. And then the rules of the love game is not the same because I still play the game fair. So you literally have to come in. No matter the deity, no matter the thing today. And some of them is like,
yeah.
Because they're still gods. They're still powerful. They look like humans, but they're not necessarily human beings. So the game changes and a bunch of stuff. So we'll see. Because I told them I'm not ready to play that game. Not really. I need a break. But yeah, they don't. And I keep telling them I'm not here to play a game. I'm old. If I'm back again, chances are I'm older than half of them, if not all of them. So anything they could send to it right here where I'm at.
So hold on. Question, because when you say you're not back here to play a game, do you mean like their game? Because it's like us being here is the game. You know what I'm saying?
That I'm not here to play. That's a riddle. Riddle me that.
Oh my gosh.
That's why people shouldn't play with us. Because I'm here to teach lessons, a game of lessons and riddles. So people who should be like trying to really mess with us would be like the ancient, because there are those that are enlightened. There's the enlightened ancient ones. And for them, it's like popcorn. Wait, we're not ready to calm down. This is funny.
Yeah.
Well, God's coming back again. Yo, come on, there's another round.
That's funny because that's legit how they be. That's how they be. It's like popcorn for them.
Because of the perspective.
Entertainment. Yeah. It's like we the best reality TV up in this bitch.
They're saying in existence. Because if we saw as the egos, we would genuinely be like this the whole time, like, your turn. But they don't show us, or else we wouldn't be able to do this. We wouldn't be able to play the show according to our, So we'd be traumatized, but let's be in a nursing home already. Because I would have aged. I don't age,
Mommy.
We both would have aged.
Yeah. That's another gift.
Yeah. We don't age. Not the way they're expecting, because when they tap into, well, how old would she be? 62. 62. Bare minimum, maybe even 86. It all depends. If I was to like really live out the timeline accordingly, I'd be 86 by now.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna tell you how old I am all the same. But I'm much younger than how they. So yeah, it's deep. And when I be thinking about that, like, what? I guess that makes sense. That's why just by default, as the ego, I have advantage because I know a lot of these deities, these spirits. They're like, oh, we know this ego. We know this. Oh, we know this ego. We know, and they just be like, they know what it is. If this is what it is, hands off. Because some of us been taught the lesson already. And, they be knocking on their door. Do you know, do? And they're like, who? Do. And they're like, some of them don't answer. They say half of them don't answer because they tap in and they don't answer.
Okay, girl.
And then, or they just tell them beware, like little bewares, and all that, just to kind of like, and they be like, what?
Give you a heads up. Yeah.
It's just a whole thing till this very moment, a moment to be like a second, to this very instance, to this very vibration. There's someone talking to me, because what they don't know when they're asking all these questions, they're talking to me. That's what they're talking to. Who the fuck you think is answering all these questions they ask? Crazy. They don't get it yet, but it's fine. Anyway. I'm sorry, I'm a giggle person. I try. It's either that or laugh or cry.
Yeah.
You
cry and be like this, girl.
Yo, there was a demon in my house. You just gotta be like, they sent you again. I got you. And then by then, they just be telling you who sent you, when they sent you, why they sent you. Because you become friends.
Yeah.
Mommy.
And some of them ask to be recruited. There's
yes.
Sent, and they be like, yo, so I'm choosing the side. I choose your side.
Yes. I was just about to say that, cuz I was just about to say that. I was gonna describe it as you want me to stop or talk or fine? Okay.
Give me 1 second. You can. Okay. You want to keep going or you want to wait?
No, because I want to talk to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but I was gonna describe it as like, take a gang member, right? And take like a person who help their gang member's little sister. So then the gang member is like, listen, anything you need, you want, we got you. That's how the demons be, girl. That's
because of status.
yeah, that's how it is.
Because of status, they be like, wait, fuck that dude.
That's what it is. So all the demons that they sent over to me are now on my team if I did not send them home. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay.
That's how it is. They just because of status. I'm checking over. Most of them are, yeah.
Mommy.
They said they be on. Okay, just double check some things just for the sake of it. You're good. Okay, so that's how they do. They come through, and they be like, and it was funny. The first time it happened, the demon was ugly. It was this big. You know, but obviously it's telepathic. Yo, can I be part of? Because I came out like I don't be scared of demons. Like I don't just because it's a demon. Oh my God, I'm scared. I just be like, you know, pop off. Like, what's good?
Yeah,
we're gonna go through or not. And then the fact that I don't even flinch, they be like, wait, hold on, who's this woman again? They double check. They look through. Like, yo, can I join your crew? And then my higher selves be like, don't join, like, you know, don't accept new recruits, you know, no new friends, you know.
Yeah.
So well, at least from my understanding, I didn't, but I don't know how it, you know, because God be telling me things eons later. Like, by the way, did you know? Like, yeah, at the time we couldn't tell you because you might have spazzed out. But I don't know. Okay, give me 1 second, 1 second. Sorry about that. Very nice. Young girl is right. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. We're back. In effect.
Yeah, so many spirits up
91.1.
in.
Let me stop.
Yes, I was gonna say you had so many spirits that were behind you. I kept on seeing movement like this way, this way, this way, this way. It was pretty cool.
Right now?
No, not right now, but earlier.
Yeah. I felt them. They talked to me. They expressed their needs and this and that. Yeah. A few of them were the ones that wanted to ask questions. They come in that way. You can come in as a consciousness. What I'm learning is a spirit. What we're calling spirits or consciousness, what are we calling ghost or consciousness? So you can come in as a consciousness, and you come in as an apparition because it's an awareness that comes in. So what you see, your
Oh,
consciousness, those are the people that are asking questions.
oh, I thought it was when you told me about the six men, I thought it was legit humans, but just using telepathy.
No,
Oh, okay.
they not today anyway. It used to be something like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was portals, it was a bunch of stuff. So the way I set my stuff today, it's none of that. You have to be allowed to come in, period,
Yeah.
as a consciousness. Even then, it's not like a full consciousness, or else it could be problems. It's just what they need to say, then boom, it's set. And then even then I literally could feel like what I'm choosing sifting through is irrelevant because there's their own thought form. Imagine it comes with its own because everything's vibration. So I have to
Yeah.
like, what is your
But
purpose? What is this about? Boom. Okay, here's the question.
yeah.
And then once I get the chord, it could still keep talking and going and going.
Yeah. It's
It's
like
deep.
telephone.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess it's that
yeah.
much. The
It
physical
is.
version of it would be a phone. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's so cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because I remember when I was up in the kitchen, I was washing dishes and I had somebody come, not somebody, but I don't know, girl. But I had a spirit come to me and ask me, "Who are you?" I'm like, "You better Google me." And then I went, girl, and then I shut that down. I didn't communicate with them afterwards. And then later on, I was like, "Damn, that's kind of ignorant," you know. But it was,
No,
yeah, but it was
you
just like,
answered correctly.
yeah, but it was at the point where I was just like, that was the point where I was just like fed up of, um, and you get it just like being bombarded. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm like 2 feet, 2 feet, you know?
Like, leave me alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always reminded though, like you can't quit on your own mission. You can't quit on you remember you signed up for that. You're gonna get mad. And we got bigger plans. That's why it goes back to like this is a message for all the chosen ones. We come in perfect on purpose. Because if we came in our glorious perfections like we used to in the past, people would just sit here and meditate, like worship us, worship us. And we don't need that. That's the defeats the whole purpose. You need to remember who you are. Yes, because there's a lot of people that even as the human being, you can manifest the consciousness. As the human being, you can manifest the consciousness. The human being doesn't understand that. The human being doesn't understand if you're in awareness, if you're aware, you are in a consciousness, even
Yeah.
as the mind. Because one is in the same, one in the same. Can explain. As above, so below, as within, so without, all around. That's why you should always meditate. You should always meditate. Because that's what happens sometimes to lost souls. They have gifts. That's what people don't know. Some people who are lost souls, not all, some, that our lost souls have spiritual gifts. Can't explain that to you. It gets real deep. So instead of doing the right thing with their gifts, they grapple with the physical realm and look into all the stuff they can do instead of closing their eyes, meditating, and tapping in. Because it's very powerful to maneuver in this realm and come in and out of existence. But they don't go in, they don't take the time to teach them to be enlightened. That's the joke of purgatory. There's no such thing as existence. So how the fuck you stuck in purgatory? Meditate, stupid.
Shit. How it can manifest on the physical is just like being stuck in the same mindset,
Yes. That was one of my channelings with the Dogon people when they said, like, what is your notion in the understanding of your existence not to exist? So those who do OBEs, sometimes they forget to meditate. So they meditate to come out the body, but they don't know once you're out the body, you can meditate there and come out of that existence and meditate there and come out of that existence. It's forever. Greater than the dog star series A, B, and C. Greater than the light body. Greater than existence. It's forever. You don't need a body. So, period.
Yeah.
Greater than existence. So some people don't know. They think they just have to pay the bills, eat, da-da-da. So like I said, I'm tired of playing the small, and I'm not going to play small no more. I'm going to, I can't say what it's going to be, but y'all going to see.
Yeah.
And, some of the chosen ones are already doing it, So that is like the scary part of coming down as an imperfect chosen one.
Wait, some of the chosen ones are already doing what?
Yeah, they're already out in their Bugattis doing this, exploring. They're already at a point like they understand time. One of the chosen ones was what asked you that question. Like, what do you think of paradigms? Because once you start understanding certain things about paradigms, because I have a business called Outside of Paradigms.
Now I'm confused because you just said one of the chosen ones just asked you that question. So is that someone with the human vessel? That's a chosen one, you mean? Or
It's a
was
consciousness. The chosen one, I don't know. It's
okay.
what it was as far as if it's a being or not.
Okay.
Chosen ones could be any
Yeah.
vibration. It's a consciousness. I didn't tap into its
If
consciousness.
it was a human being. Okay.
But it's a chosen one.
Yeah.
And so some of them are aware in paradigm. They're saying, is there a point in existence? Because when you truly understand yourself not to exist, you don't play the game of duality anymore. Like I said in the past, some people we had to pull out of the game of duality because like racism, bills, all that is an illusion, duality, games of duality that they thought they couldn't bring. Like, no, it's a game that's down here that you idiots want to play. You can't bring it with you. That's why purgatory. Until your ego gets it. And then, you make a choice from there. And where other people are saying the big, big question, that's why I say the nothingness. Outside of paradigm, I'm giving people that option. That's the heavy, heavy chosen ones. That's why they asked you, what do you feel about existence, in other words?
Yeah.
What do you feel about paradigms? Obviously, my higher self doesn't care for it either way, but I'm here to help those who want to be here. That's why I have my thing that's called Outside of Paradigms, also known as the nothingness.
Yeah. And that's like I said, because my higher self didn't tap in, but it was me asking, me speaking as the ego, and I already know I stand for justice and fairness and following rules. So I would apply that to shifting and, pairing as far as shifting the paradigms. In other words, if you're not infringing on someone's will, out of greed or gluttony, then I'm like, do you, boo? You know what I'm saying? Do you? If it's for the betterment of yourself outside of infringing on someone else, infringing in or impeding on someone's growth, will, choice, freedoms, do you? So, I mean, that's why
And
I'm
another, yeah, that's where it goes to like, I learned that we don't even have to do this anymore.
do what?
Like, we're graduating have to teach humanity as we are
Oh,
because of our
okay.
dedication and not giving up on our mission, no matter our problems in our lives. You know, because we could have just been like, you know, this is too much.
Most of the shit, most of our problems is spiritual.
Most of it.
Most of it is
That's
spiritual.
from my understanding, the past 10 years. Well, what I'm thinking is 10 years, might not even be 10 years. I don't know how long it's been now. Now that I'm so like confused about time a little bit. But however, eons has been because it's spiritual ever since I woke up.
You know, and I will say, like, you're much further. You're much further, further than me. I'm not afraid to admit that. I don't feel any ways about it.
I'm not further or
I'm talking about in this walk, in this journey, like me awakening. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of times I do, even though they be getting on me about that shit too, because they're looking at it as me playing small, but I just say it as me being real, is real, and me being logical, whatever, but real, whatever. They get me. They understand what I'm trying to say. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I understand that there's levels to this shit. And I've also realized that I haven't awakened to those levels yet within my walk, within my walk as far as my ego.
You do have a little ways to go, only because my mission and yours are different. And because of my upgrades, I'm a lot older than you. Where when we started, you were older than me. They attack me the most because I'm here to put a lot of people in check. And they couldn't believe that this is the fucking this thing right here. I'd be like, I don't know. Like you. Like we just be like, we take, they think we playing it small. I'm not playing it small.
Yeah.
I thought all these deities, I thought we were supposed to be cool, but we not. You know what I mean? So, but our mission, I don't know if the word is coincide with each other, because in heaven, when we're done with this shit, we're gonna be like, bah, bah. Remember, there's no death, so we're using human ways, based on our belief system to explain this. But when we're finally ascended, because we're ascended, both of you are ascended masters, period. You could have done the same thing I'm doing, and I would prefer it. You know what I mean? Because
what do you mean? No, what do you mean do the same thing that you're doing?
you could have like been doing nursing and looked at NDEs. I was basically doing the same thing. The only reason why I was attacked the most is because I've had people violate my Akashic records and find out what my mission was, my contracts were, every ounce of it. And they said they did that on purpose to see who would violate it. And that was my mission, to come in, because there's going to be another generation to come in after us. So to come in.
We are still recorded. Are you comfortable with saying this information?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because they already did it. They can't do it now.
Okay.
They can't do it.
The same thing happened to me where they were doing that stuff too.
Exactly. So we kill, I forgot how is it? two birds with one stone. I hate to say it like that, but we come in, we find out who the dirt bags are because we're like, here are the chosen ones. Here they are. And there's like plenty all over the world, believe it or not. All walks of life, all races and genders and this and that, all over. And they're like, here they are. Some of them, or this one I'm debating, should we say? Willingly gave their essence away to sacrifice the cause because that was their test out of fear, because they were protecting something. And because of that, they upgrade. So the sacrifice is very much the initial. When we come down here, we come in as sacrifices. That's why they can do whatever they want to do, and they do as much as they can. While they can, you name it. They find your origins, you name it, they do it. And then we're like, okay, thank you. Now we rise up higher and we come back again. They're like, what? What? Again?
Yeah,
again. So they come back you the same way and they're like, whoa, you can't touch her the same way. That game is over. She don't come back the same. She don't look the same, spiritually speaking. She don't act the same, spiritual speaking. Melissa always wanted to be real feminine. As if she wasn't, like, spiritually, she's always been, like, even physically to an extent, she's very feminine. That's why they fuck around and send the wrong demon and the demon will fall in love. That's just a signature for some people. They can send somebody, Anyway, so we don't want to manifest like that for her, but fuck it today. Who you sending? What's his cause? No, but what's his background? Oh, okay. And they'd be like, what? Yeah, you didn't know? A long time ago, that was my man. And he wakes up to it like, oh shit. I like repeating that because it always trips me out. Because it's not no little demons they send to me either.
yeah.
Anyway, so we come imperfect on purpose. On purpose. So in many ways, you may seem like you're not ahead, but you've been on this journey longer than me. Longer than me. If anything,
on this journey?
yes. Tap into that. If anything, you asked me to come along and help.
On this spiritual journey?
You got to tap into that, Christine. Ask them. But I told them, are you sure? Because I play a hard game. And I already know what the problem is. And you said, all right. And I told you the plan. And you said, all right. It's kind of like that. I'm like, well, you want to fix it or not? Because I don't got time for it. I got other shit to do. I don't got to come in this bitch anyhow. Not really either. And it's deep.
Oh.
And you're like, all right.
I don't know, girl.
And your higher self wanted to come in bougie. I was like, bitch, if you don't stop. You're like, all right. So here we are today. Right here, like this. All our imperfections, but not for long. Not for long. So that's all I'm saying. Not for long. Trust me, tap into that. You could surpass me. You could surpass anybody. Remember?
I don't care. I don't care about that. I honestly don't. Maybe I cared about that, coming in before, you know what I'm saying? Like the pre-birth plan. Maybe I cared about that, but I'm like, I don't care about that. In my whole walk right now, I've never cared about that. I've always cared about, I don't care about power. I don't care about how strong I am to other people. My goal has always been to help and facilitate ushering and enlightening other folks so that they can see their own power. Because I know that if I can contribute in that way, then I've done my job, because as far as raising, you know what I'm saying, the collective, because that's how we move. You know, you are as, what is it? You are as weak as the strongest. What is it? You are as strong as your weakest link, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, very
but
much.
it's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what
You
it
want
is.
everybody to be as self-sufficient, because if you can't handle something,
Yeah, that's what it boils down to. You know, for me, it's my viewpoint. But anybody's obsessed with power, I look at it as gluttonous. You know, because I look at it as just like, turn around and help the lowest reach to your level. That's where I'm at. That's how I've always been, though. That's how I move. So,
yeah, you've proven yourself well. Your ego, my ego, all in my imperfections. Now the goal is just discipline. Discipline, spiritual discipline. And that's it. It's a wrap.
yeah.
All right. So I'm going to close it up. It's been 2 hours. I didn't even realize that. That's good, because I wanted to like talk a little longer. There is going to be a part 2. If not, I'll let you know when I get on here. There is going to be a part 2 about paradigms, and lucid dreaming and past life, between lives. Essentially, existence is fluid. All right, guys. So I'm out. This is Nomadic Shaman and Delphi Priestess. We're here. Very spiritual women. Our questions come from divine consciousness. So, you know, this is going to be some deep stuff. You know, the universe got some deep plans. That's all I could say. So, you know, much love to you guys all. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, comments, questions, interact. Much love to you all. See you guys very, 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 very